All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Drethan, aka the Blind Wolf, and I want to welcome you to the first recording of Coffee with Dre on Friday morning. Welcome to all of you from YouTube. Sit back, enjoy the show. Let me get some coffee here. What is Coffee Time with Dre? I answer questions from you guys from the Discord. So before every Friday, please go to my Discord. You can find my Discord on YouTube. You can find it in the description. On Twitch, you can find it down below. All you have to do is hit the Discord thing, and it'll take you right there. And you can ask me any question that you want to ask me about, be it my blindness, my MS, about Emmy, about, gaming in particular. Now, understand something, there are some questions that I will not answer. That is politics, religion, or really hot topics that are out there. Some things I will go and answer, some things I won't go and answer. However, let's get this thing started. Let's first hit some announcements that is going to be going on for this year. Last year was a really good year, 2018. I hit affiliate with Twitch. My stream has grown pretty good. I want it to grow a little bit more, but we're going to do something a little bit. We're going to diversify, as some of you guys on YouTube have told me to do. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Friday Coffee Time with Dre is not only going to be streamed here on Twitch on Friday mornings, between 9, 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, depending on what's going on, and I'll check out with you guys. The other thing that is going to be going on is my schedule for streaming. My schedule for streaming, I'm going to try to keep it at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to change the times. 10 o'clock in the morning. However, it may be earlier than that, but all morning streams, morning/afternoon streams are all tentative. The reason for that is because of Emmy. She's doing really well, but the girl's got cancer, so, she comes first before anything else. Next thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I have a lot of different things that I'm going to be doing. During this next year, I'm going to be streaming World of Warcraft, and I'm also going to be streaming Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, normally I do about 4 or 5 days in streaming. I might cut that back to 3 days. 3 days during the morning and after evening. I'm still thinking about that, depending on how everything goes. But before we do anything else, let's get into some questions that have been asked of me from last year, and get it going now. I want to say good morning to Kay. Good morning, Kay. I hope everything's good, and hello, Kay's friend. Have a good time watching West Wing. It is an awesome show. Okay, need to get myself situated here. Now, if you guys are hearing gurgling in the background, I've got the noise dampener on Game Show up, so you may hear it, you may not hear it. Excuse me. You may hear it, you may not hear it. If you hear the gurgling sound, I'm really sorry. The maintenance people are going to be coming out today to get it taken care of. But, well, my house is kind of like Noah's Ark. There's lots of water underneath this house. So, got my coffee, got the questions, So let's get them started. Okay, here we go. This first question is from Kaiaphin. Kaiaphin, thank you very much for your questions. I got a lot of them here from you. If you could create an add-on, oh, this was from the last one, but let's do this again. If you could create an add-on, what would you create? What would it be? If you could create it, if you could create any add-on, I would create something for because everything that I use, there's not a lot that I can go and say, okay, this one would be good. My banking stuff because of TSM and my banking and auction house and all that kind of stuff. Really, I wouldn't really know where to begin on an add-on. However, what I would do if I wanted to create an add-on would be something for somebody that is like me, that has visual impairment, and help them out. You know, something like GTFO. You know, something that brings out if somebody with my site, if they had they were standing in green or they were standing in red that they weren't supposed to, you know, not only would GTFO go off, or the sounds from GTFO go off, but it would show on the ground brighter of what the bad stuff is. GTFO is a really good add-on, but I think it needs to have a little bit more added to it. I hope that answered your question. Okay, for Christmas, here's another one that I've been asked. For Christmas, turkey, ham, or roast beef for Christmas dinner and fixing. For Christmas, we do here at Dre's house. We do ham, potatoes, green stuff. Green stuff is freaking awesome. My daughter goes and makes two types of cheesecake. That's good too. Oh my god. And all those type of fixings and stuff like that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, what would be the next classes or race that I would like to see in World of Warcraft? The next one that the next class that I would like to see is I would really like to see Blizzard go and bring back the Gladiator for Warriors. I loved it during WoD. I loved being a Gladiator. And basically, for those of you who don't know what, didn't play WoD, Gladiator is a mix between a prot warrior and a DPS warrior. It's basically shield and sword and shield, or sword and board. God, hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second. I'm back. Let me get back to the questions. Okay. What class or race would I like to see back in World of Warcraft, or in World of Warcraft? I would like to see the Gladiator brought back in for the Warriors. I think that that was one of the I loved the gladiators, especially in PvP, because I mean they were they were good in damage, they were good in taking damage, and they were really good at doing what what needed to be done. I mean, carrying the balls, carrying the flags, all that type of stuff, and it was fun. It was really fun. You know, I would say to Blizzard, if you're gonna do that, instead of a sword, give us a spear. Um, do that whole thing. I mean, come on. This game's been around for like 12 years. Give us a little bit of something that's really cool. A new race. I'm not. Yeah, a new race. We already have Worgen. We have Tauren. We have orcs and trolls and humans and elves and gnomes, goblins. Really don't think that we. Well, yeah, I really don't think we need any more new races. What we need is some really good storyline. Get this stuff coming back. I mean, the really good stuff that we had before. I mean, I myself, I like a lot of the stuff that BFA has for us, and I like a lot of the storyline. I think it's good. I think Blizzard has done a good job. There's been some controversy on what's going on, but hey, you never know. Let's see. What would be the ultimate card for you to get in Hearthstone? My ultimate card for Hearthstone. Hmm. Sargeras. Pretty much, go and throw a Sargeras card down and go, ha! You're all done! And then here comes the Legion. Boom! Everything's done. Now, for a counter to that, ladies and gentlemen, I would go and say, do a Naru. Okay? One of the big guys. So if a priest or whoever, if you've got a player that's playing, the Sargeras card, you could have you could also have playing against them. You could have the Naru card. Throw that down, and it'd be a huge, huge, fight. To me, it would be great. Now, something that I'm going to go a little bit further on that. Let's go with Heroes of the Storm. Now, I know that Heroes of the Storm is going into maintenance, and Blizzard is no longer really going to be doing a lot of stuff with it, which I think I think that's sad. I really do. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Please excuse Gizmo. He's barking at the maintenance man. Hopefully, you guys don't hear him too bad. But anyway, I would like to see a couple of new heroes for Heroes of the Storm. And again, why not a Naru? Why not, let's see, why not, why not Sargeras? I mean, we've got a lot of different stuff that's, has come into the game from the different franchises of Blizzard. Why not one of the big baddies? Or, ladies and gentlemen, we could fight them in Heroes of the Storm. You never know. I mean, it could be something that's really freaking cool. hopefully that that helped you guys out with that question. If I could go anywhere alive, where would it be? If I could go anywhere alive, where would it be? I know exactly where it would be. My one of my biggest dreams, one of my biggest goals, that's in my bucket list. My family is from Cork County, uh, County Cork, Ireland. I would love to go there and then stream World of Warcraft or Star Wars: The Old Republic, or do a podcast with streaming from there. You know, it's meeting up with family and having a great time. And again, my family came from there, and I would really like to see, you know, where it was that my family came from, and my family has a rich history, not only in Ireland. You know, we do here in the United States, but you know, it's my people's home. I want to see all about it. And the reason for that is when I was a dancer, my my father got a notification about you might be related to this person because of this, this, and this. And my father was like, well, we need to do a family tree. Everybody's busy except for you. You need to do you need to do a family tree. Excuse me, Dad. I'm working, you know, 13 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week. But hey, I've got time to do this stuff. But I did. I've got my family crest. I had found out with my research into our family is that we were not related to the people that were saying you might be related to us. However, what I did find out was the people that were saying that we may be related to them. No, we weren't related to them, but the people, I mean, the family line or the bloodline of my people have a rich history. You know, the son that our bloodline is with. I've named him. I've named my rogue after him and his Thamad, because this guy was a badass. Not only was he a badass warrior, but he was. I mean, he was just absolutely badass. I mean, my family has a great history, and it was because of that. And I gotta thank my dad for going in and pushing me into doing a family tree. I had a really good fun time with it. I also found out why my family is so big into going into the service. My family is my dad's side is all about being a warrior, defending their country, defending their people, doing things that you know, help out, you know, their fellow man. So yeah, it was really cool. And like I said, I mean, one of my bucket lists is to go, you know, go to County Cork, Ireland, and well, maybe stream from there. Okay, let's see here. This is funny. Okay, does Emmy and Gizmo get dressed up for Christmas? Emmy, no, not gonna happen. Mm-mm. Even though she is retired, no. I promised her that I would not dress her up in t-shirts, put antlers on her head, you know, the thing that goes on the puppy head, that type of thing. Promised her when I first got her, that wasn't going to happen with her. Gizmo, on the other hand, Gizmo is a mama's dog, and Mama Nam dresses him up in sweaters. They actually put a cowboy hat on Gizmo, and Gizmo promptly took it off. So they put it on the cat. The cat was not happy with it. But one of the dogs that we had, Annie Rose, Nam used to go and dress her up into all kinds of little puppy costumes. Annie Rose at one time had a Wonder Woman costume on, and excuse me. But again, that's for another time. Okay. What are you hoping Santa leaves you this year? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was hoping I got what I wanted this year for Christmas. And let me show you. I wanted the gray mane statue. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to put it up here as high as I can do it. I wanted the gray mane statue. And I got it. It's cool. It's awesome. It's just, I can't say enough. Thank you very much, Santa Claus and the girls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so big and fluffy. And now I got to teach it. Now I got to teach him how to hunt gnomes. Okay. And I wish that Santa Claus got me a muzzle for Gizmo. Okay. Okay, here's another thing. This is also from Kai. Is pecans pronounced where I come from pecans or pecans where I come from? Pecans. Is there anything? It's pecan pie. You know, there's some pecan candy that is really freaking good from New Orleans. I can't remember exactly what it is, but yes, pecans. Pecans. I'm originally from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and to hear people go Lancaster drives me nuts. I'd rather have a woman with long, sharp nails take her nails across a chalkboard of hearing somebody go Lancaster. Ugh, no. It is Lancaster. Okay, let's see what we got. What else we got here? Okay, this one is from Whinchester. Thank you very much for the question, Whinchester. If someone paid you for uh, work you have done with a lottery ticket, and you won $1 million on it, if someone paid you for work you have done with if someone had paid you with a lottery ticket that you won, and you won $1 million, would you feel obligated to give them at least some of the money? And what would be the first thing that you would do with the money? Yes. If I won $1 million, I would give the person 10%. I would. I mean, that's me. I would. Now, what would I do with it? The first thing that I would do is buy a home big enough for myself to for Nam to have a Nam to have a sewing room or craft room all to herself. For me, a studio, something like that. Like I said, a house, a room for Namda for all her crafts, so she could sew or do whatever she got, and she could put them up and put up the crafts and stuff like that. Um, Next thing that I would do, of course, go on a vacation. Have to go to Ireland. Um, you know, the rest of it, I don't know what I would do because I already have a college education. I may go for another one. Um, I may, if I got the money today, I would go and put my niece and nephews through college. Whatever college they wanted to go to, I would put them through college. Um, to for us to for them to be better than us, to have better than us. Now I would spoil the hell out of my niece and nephews because well they're my niece and nephews. And yeah. Okay, let's see. Now, does here's another question: does Gizmo and Emmy get Christmas dinner? Nope. They get dog food. They have dog food. The biggest thing that they get now for treats and stuff like that is popcorn every once in a while. Um, and popcorn's not really good for them, but the girls go and give them popcorn. And then, of course, Gizmo, if anything drops off the counter, it's his. Um, I'm going to save that one for last. Okay. Okay. Um, Another question I have here in TSM: is there a way to track your gold made per tune, or is it only on your banking tunes? There's not really. There is. You can track how much money that you have made on each one of your tunes. Sales summary like this. Let me show you here. Like Drethan. Okay, that's what down here is showing you where uh, what you've made, for the year and that type of stuff. It works okay. Oh, that's Airy Peak. Let me find another one. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Yeah, Airy Peak. Huh. Past 7 days. Okay. Let's do it this way. There we go. Okay, in the last 7 days, past year, Dre has popped up into like 54K. This week on Dre, I've made 42K. And let's go 7 days here. Bingo! Okay, so 42, 40, 39, 34, and 14K as of the 4th of January. Today. So 14,000. Okay, the other way that you can do all to keep up with what you're making in TSM is I do a thing with Excel. I go and all my guys that go and put stuff on the auction house, I have a page for them in Excel and weekly what they've sold, that type of stuff. And I do up a not only a weekly, but I also do a monthly total of what they've done. And then on another page or another sheet, I have the yearly for all of the characters that I'm doing that stuff with. Okay, excuse me. All right, now last question here that I said that I was going to do as a last question. Doo, doo, doo. Okay, as I am looking for this, I've got another question here from Kay, and she says, if I could live anywhere, where would it be and why? It would be two places. The first place would, of course, be Ireland, because, well, you know, I'm Irish, definitely. Here in the United States, I would say, to tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, I like Missouri. I mean, it's got all four seasons. Of course, it's got a little bit of danger to it because we're in the middle of Tornado Alley. And it gets fun there. But Nevada, maybe, or even Colorado, because I like the mountains, but I like the heat. I have asthma, so you know Nevada being the desert and stuff like that, it would be good for my breathing. But anyway, like I said, not sure. Okay. This last question for the day is this one right here. And this one, of course, is from Kay. And her question to me is, what advice would you give a brand new player in World of Warcraft in order to maximize their gold potential and gold making? First of all, have fun. Secondly, find something that interests you. You know, I do a lot of farming. I do a lot of crafting. I do a lot of raiding. I do a whole lot of different stuff. What I would go and say to everybody when you first start out in World of Warcraft and you want to get into making gold, I would say your first tune, I would say gather. And then after you've got everything gathered, I mean, you've got all kinds of money. And first, and let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, don't just go and, collect 5 or 10 pieces of, iron or mithril or something like that. what I want you to think of is you want to make money or you want to make gold, go and, fill up your region bank, and then send it to your banking tune if that's what you want to do. Um, but fill up your bank with a lot of different stuff, and then get into what we call, and I want to say again, thank you to Skits for this, is doing something called a pretty stack. For those of you who don't know what it is, for gathering material, what you want to think of, don't do, 1,000 pieces of copper ore and post them one at a time. Some people will, buy that. Some people will get completely irritated with you and not buy them. And what I mean by pretty stacking here, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm talking about ore is because with ore you have two things to post. One is the stone, if there's stone that comes with it, and then also the ore. Pretty stack those things, okay? Especially if you've got somebody that is coming behind you and buying your stuff. If they're somebody who is into blacksmithing or into not only into blacksmithing or jewel crafting or even engineering, you know, these guys and gals are going to want, stacks that are going to be, something that they can use. I don't mind going and buying a stack of 200 at a high price or an inflated price. Because here's the thing, you have gone and made it easier for me to just scroll down and go, oh wow, 200, bink, I'll buy those or buy a couple of those. For mining, your best bet for mining, and not only for mining, also for herbs. Again, you want to think of pretty stacking, and for pretty stacking here, ladies and gentlemen, is like you want to do 200, then you want to break it down, do 100, a stack of stacks of 200, stacks of 100, stacks of 50, stacks of 25, stacks of 20, stacks of 10, stacks of 5. Okay, now, is it going to cost you a lot of money to post them? Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money. However, what's going to happen is because people see the way that you are stacking, they're going to buy from you first because that's you are their convenience. And you'll make a lot of money from it. From somebody who does, buying a lot of stuff off the auction house when I'm going and, going through my blacksmithing or, whatever, I'm always looking for okay, I need 1,500 ore. I'm going to look for something that is going to, get me the quickest way to that. So I'm going to look for the stacks of 200. If I only need, a couple of hundred, I may go and look and see that, the stacks are 200 of 200 are a little bit expensive for me. So I may go and look at another guy that I buy off of and see that he's got stacks of 100 up. So I'm going to buy from him. And as we're going, again, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that is great for gold making is, I say this over and over and over again, is know your market, especially if you want to get into gathering. Know your markets with the guys and gals that do professions. Know that, like, the blacksmiths, tailoring, and leather workers, the highest commodity, the big commodities that they do right now on Airy Peak. Now, I don't know about the other servers, but on Airy Peak, the big sellers for me is PvP gear. I can't keep them on the auction house. They sell that quickly because they look really nice. I mean, people like those looks. The And they want all. I mean, all of the pieces. So, as a gatherer, like with me as a blacksmith, as a gatherer for ore, you want to go and say, okay, um, what um, what ores is a blacksmith going to need for his PvP stuff? Go out and find out. Ask somebody who does blacksmithing. Ask me. I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly what I need for blacksmithing and PvP, and how much stuff I need. And I post five at a time of each one of those things of PvP. So there's a lot. Even in Mist, there's more in Mist than anywhere in any of the other ones. Kata's got some. Wad's got some kinda. No, actually, they don't. But Mist has a lot. Kata has a lot, and they all sell really, really well. But the first things first, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I'm going to tell you, if you're first starting in making gold in World of Warcraft, start small and gather first. Now you can do what I have done, especially now with some of my new characters, especially some of the characters that are coming with BFA, the Colterians. Those guys, my lobies, they are gatherers, and they're going to be feeding Dre, and they're going to be feeding my warlock, and also not only my warlock but my priest, also my drill crafters. So I mean, I'm going to need those different things, so I don't have to spend a whole lot of money, because, well, ladies and gentlemen, last year I made almost 8 million, a little over 8 million, but I'm not liquid of 8 million because, well, I spent a lot of gold buying stuff to put up on the auction house. Now everything that I've done was a profit, but again, I could make more. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to conclude the the chat and coffee with Dre. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want to go and give me a question here on Coffee with Dre on Fridays, you can ask me a question on Twitter, and you can hit me on Twitter right over here. It'll be off on the right hand side. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch.tv. You can also find me, ladies and gentlemen, on Discord right there, and ask me the questions. But again, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this: no politics, no religion. It's one of the things that no politics, no religion, and really hot topics that are out there that can cause fights. I'm not going to answer. For those of you who are at my stream, if you want to check me out on Discord and ask me a question for Friday for Coffee with Dre, my Discord, there's a link for my Discord underneath. You can also find me anywhere on the social media. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you very much. Cannot wait for this. This year has started on a great foot. You guys are great. I want to say thank you very much. I am out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be streaming here in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to give everybody a break. Get yourself some coffee. Think of some questions for next week. I am out of here. And I'll see you guys back here in about 10 minutes for my stream. Emmy, hit the music. We are gone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a break.